My name is Clifford Bonet, and welcome to the CliffNotes Project Studios, here where we produce the CliffNotes Project Presents. And today, he's back again, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since he's been here. He's already giddy, and he said, you know what, Cliff, I'm going to take over your podcast. I'm like, but that's not how we conduct business here. But you know what? He's visiting. He's a visitor. That's my man. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Brendan Boyd, digital media entrepreneur, originally from Boston. I'm back. It's been over a year and a half. I'm excited to be here in the CliffNotes Project with my guy. And we're going to be talking everything, I guess, podcasting, entrepreneurship, 100K months, mindset, and then just growing. I mean, hopefully we're going to be touching on all of those topics.
All right. So first of all, I thank you for giving me your time once again. It's been a while, man. Yeah, since the last time you were here, we were on a different side of the set in the studio. And now you're rich.
It's flying here, bro. I was always rich. Rich is a mindset.
It is a mindset, but now you really got green. Like, I mean, we spoke, me, you, Dave, and another client. We were talking, and the numbers you were throwing out there, I was dumbfounded. I was amazed. So,
I mean, listen, man, numbers is just relative. You know what I'm saying? Everything is relative. It's all perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, wherever I'm making, I'm at somebody's bottom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to make it to the next level. Obviously, you want to grow and get to the next level within yourself, but it all starts within your mindset.
Agreed. And you said all that before we even started the camera, because I was over here complaining, saying, I need help, I need this. And he's like, bro, you know how much you could be charging for what it is that you're doing here? And I want to thank you. But just before we start off, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, all that fancy stuff. And this here is sponsored today by this little thing called Fight that's on your chest, man.
Yeah, so tell us all about Fight, bro.
All right, so basically I have a brand called Fight where I was hanging out at the crib and I was looking at the various things that people go through, various diseases each month. It's like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Mental Health Awareness Month, which was in May, all these different things. And I'm like, man, it would have been dope if there was just one company, one logo that's fighting everything. And I said, wouldn't it be nice for it to be called Fight? Hence, hanging out, drawing, and I came up with the concept of it just being Fight, but changing the ribbon and the color of ribbon specific to the particular disease. So the color green, mental health awareness, cerebral palsy. Purple, Alzheimer's, dementia, and so forth. Red, as you can see with the glove here, it's HIV, substance abuse. Orange, MS, all the colors in the world. So I got it all covered. And what I'm looking for right now, honestly, is I'm looking to work with ambassadors that either have someone that's been affected by that particular disease or themselves, and they can come here, talk about their stories, and then we can collaborate and do some stuff, and then, either sell some merch, take some of the proceeds. I think on my website it says 15%. We take it and provide those monies to like a local a local company that's working to either provide education, support of some sort for that particular disease.
Yeah, man, that sounds like an amazing, initiative and project that you put together. And how can people get in contact with you if they want to become an ambassador, if they want to support, if they want to get down with the fight?
Best way to do is to reach out to me is Cliff at the CliffNotesProject.com. You guys can just reach out to me, send me an email, tell me your story. More than likely, it kind of just starts off with like an interview, like we're sitting here, just a conversation. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the camera. I also want to make sure that it's a good fit. A lot of people want to come to me and say, hey, listen, I have someone that's in hospice. I'm looking to raise like 10 grand. I would love to say I can do it, but can provide the needed resources to help them facilitate to get to $10,000 or whatever that is for their hospice care. Again, either selling merch or getting them to certain doctors. I work really closely with this clinic, Hyde Park Health Associates, that happens to be my clinic as well, with Dr. Bonet and other providers that we have here. Or I can create videos, content, or whatever. I can call you and you can help them kind of spice up their video and get their numbers, and so they can get the help that they need. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as you know, it's all about awareness, right? It's all about traffic. It's all about getting in front of as many people as possible and spreading the good word, spreading that awareness. Because, if there's one or two people that are interested, that means there's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people that are interested. But you just need to get in front of those people so they can know that they are interested.
So let's talk about that, because I continue to see that I get in my own way, right? I'm watching you on various podcasts. I seen you on It's a Vibe, dope podcast. Shout outs to the homie Sound out in Rhode Island,
Shout
great
out
podcast.
to Sound. Shout out to Cat Podcast.
For sure. And you're always preaching this, and I actually see you putting in the work. I see the development of it. I was part of the class of your course. I didn't get to finish, ladies and gentlemen.
In there, bro.
I know. I dropped out.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
Life happened, but that's an excuse. Yeah. Definitely an excuse. But what is it, or what would you suggest to individuals like me that has the potential, but is just, I sometimes just don't see it like you're seeing it?
Yeah. So basically, man, what you want to consider is not really overcomplicating it, and I feel like that's what a lot of a lot of us do in general. But I think that if you look to simplify it, I think that's when you'll start to be able to see. So let me give you an example. Mm-hmm. So if we go to Blue Hill Ave, we're in Boston right now.
Yeah.
So we go to Blue Hill Ave, almost any corner, right? If there's a homeless person there, mm-hmm. I seen one on the way up here, right? They seem to know something that a lot of us don't know.
What's that?
They seem to focus on stuff that we just overlook.
Okay.
Right? So what is a homeless person going to do? He's going to go to a traffic light, right? Mm-hmm. That has traffic at it.
Okay.
So every 5 minutes, there's going to be a new wave of cars. Mm-hmm. He's going to have his message up on the sign, or he's going to communicate a message, and then he's going to have a way for people to pay him, which is going to be a cup.
Okay.
Right? So, message, traffic, cup.
Mm-hmm.
Message, traffic, cup. What does he know? He knows, okay, every 5 minutes is going to be a red light. There's going to be another 10, 20, 30 cars.
Word.
So if I'm here for 6 hours of a day, right, I can almost guarantee how much money I'm going to make in a day if I just work this corner for this amount of time. Because I'm seeing the same amount of cars come at every particular light.
Okay.
It's guaranteed traffic to come at that red light.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic is stopped. He's going to go out there with his message, and then someone is going to receive the message, and then they're going to potentially either say no or say yes.
Right.
He's probably going to get more no's than yeses.
This is true.
Right? But after a certain amount of time,
mm-hmm.
right, because a law of averages, he's going to receive a certain amount of money. And then he can go out the next day, and he can duplicate that and go out the next day.
And do it again. Now, let me ask you a question. Don't you think, and this is one of my biggest issues, and I think it's more so a fear of mine where I'm saying, okay, I don't want to just spam people. I think that's the word people are seeing. It's like, oh, here goes Cliff again. He's asking for more. Oh, here goes Cliff again. And we also know that the algorithm, either YouTube, Instagram, or let's focus like Instagram, Facebook type of thing, right? After a while, the same people keep seeing the same message. How do we expand upon that? So using the homeless individual, instead of him working that same block, I get that, but they can just move to different blocks. There's no algorithm that's going to stop him. You know what I mean?
You can stay on the same block. Different cars are coming every hour, bro. The red light's every 5 minutes. He's not seeing the same car every 5 minutes. He found where the traffic's at.
Okay.
He's not seeing the same cars over and over. It might be the same cars every other day.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's like if I ask you for something, you say no, and ask you again, ask you again, ask you again, ask you again, ask you again. Eventually, you might be like, yeah, it took me 10 times to ask you something to get the yes.
Okay.
That's what happens in real life. No one's going to buy the same. The percentage of people that buy off the first initial ask is very small. When's the last time you actually, what's your buying pattern? Do you buy things?
Randomly? No.
It takes you a couple times, right?
Yeah, you got to do my due diligence, yeah.
So if it takes you 3, 4, 5 thought patterns or reviews, or if you want some testimonials or something, why should somebody just buy your thing the first time?
No, that's a good point. I think too, at the same time, there's self-doubt, which I try to completely remove. My wife says it.
How do you remove it?
Well, speaking of a friend of mine called B, is always telling me like.
I'm asking you, how do you remove it? I don't talk to you every day.
I do positive affirmations. There's a list. I found myself doing that where of things that needs to be done.
Where do you get the list from?
Myself.
Okay, give me one.
All right. I need to edit this once we're done. I need to edit a video.
What's the affirmation? Is it I need to edit video?
No, that I'm going to get this out so I can get some more people to buy in.
There.
Tell me.
What's the actual sentence?
Tell me what should be the actual
It's
sentence,
not
sir.
I'm going to. You got to speak it like it's done.
Like it's already done.
I am a millionaire.
Okay.
This is that I have this project is edited.
Okay.
You can't be like
prior to it even happening.
I'm trying, I'm going to, I'm about to. That's
bueno.
That's not it, bro.
Okay. It
has to get done in your mind before it's done in the physical world.
Okay.
It's done in your mind before it's done in the physical world is just a manifestation of what's already done in your mind.
Okay.
It can't get done in the real world unless it's done in your mind first. I had to decide that I was gonna come here.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
This is true.
But if I didn't make the decision, then I wouldn't be here.
All right, good point. Thank you for the segue. You have that, but let's say there are hurdles that get in your way. Life has a bunch of hurdles.
Airplane was a hurdle. I missed the flight. That was a hurdle.
Okay.
Right? I had to take a train.
Yep.
I missed the train. That was a hurdle.
Okay.
Right? I had a big ass bag. Right? And I got a temporary bag because I got a new tripod. So my original travel podcast bag is not big enough no more, which is a hard case. So I had to go scramble to get the soft case from Walmart. So only when I had a 36-inch bag.
Okay.
But that bag is terrible. And the way that I'm able to travel with it is not good. It has wheels, but it don't have a handle. I got to drag it. It's very inconvenient. And the fabric's not sturdy.
Okay.
That's a hurdle.
Okay.
I don't have nowhere to stay. That's a hurdle.
Okay.
It's just excuses. You can do what you want, bro.
I agree. I will say they call me, CliffNotes P for procrastination. I'm not going to lie. I do use that a lot. I agree as far as like thinking positive.
Yeah.
And if you can get it in your mind for it to manifest in a reality. But there are some times that people are constantly trying it. And I'll use this as an example. When I first decided, hey, I want to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to be a videographer. I remember going out here in these streets and saying, hey, I can do this, working kind of pro bono, getting people to just see the work, trying to get people to buy in.
You got to stop saying trying.
Okay. I know you're going to keep pushing that.
I'm not pushing nothing. I'm just telling you from I'm just giving you my real life example. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
is there a timeline though?
Billionaires and multimillionaires do not function how, let's say, you're functioning right now.
Okay.
I don't know what you're aspiring to become. I don't know what you want to, who that version of you want to be, or what you want to pursue, or what is your passion, or what your desire or your purpose. But that has to be first.
Okay.
Because that's going to remove the procrastination.
Okay. I could see that. I don't want to say but. I can see that.
I mean, if you're
there are times though, because we mentioned someone earlier. We'll just say before this, you said that this individual does not understand their true value.
Yeah.
And what they can really do.
The environment though, bro.
What do you mean by that? Dive in more. You mean like being around like-minded individuals?
Example.
Yep.
All right. If you gave me a flower seed and I put it in soil and it got sunlight and I watered it, what would typically happen?
If you water it enough, it'll grow.
Okay. If I take the same seed and I put it in shallow soil and concrete, would it grow?
No.
Would it grow the same?
No.
Okay. So what's the difference with the seeds?
Environment, location, feeding it.
There's no difference.
Oh, you mean with the seed itself? Okay, nothing.
No different.
Right.
It's environment.
Okay.
So that's why I left Boston.
Ah.
It's environment. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not telling everyone that you should leave your city, but I'm
glad you said that because I was going to.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
To leave your city. This is the thing. At some point in your city or your state, you're going to reach capacity where you know the streets, you know the transit, you know the people, you know the frequency and the energy of how the city moves. You're going to get to a certain point where you're not going to learn nothing new. Your senses are not going to be stimulated or vibrated in the same way.
Okay.
So it's like a Groundhog Day. And if you know how things are going to be, I'll give you an example. I think I even said this on the last podcast. One was I went apple picking 2 hours out the city.
Okay.
There's 100 plus orchards. Aisles or whatever. Where there's apples. I'm picking apples with my goddaughter. And then somebody's like, yo, what's up, Brendan? I'm like, bro, 2 hours out the city in a random aisle, and somebody still knows who I am. I need to move. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the odds? Right?
Okay.
And then the second thing is in Boston, every time there's a new anything, the whole city's there.
This is true.
Same block.
On the new, right.
Because it's the only new thing.
Right.
You're not going to see no one new. You're not going to meet no one new. It's not going to be no new experience.
Okay.
So you have to put yourself in a different environment.
Mm.
So that environment could be people.
Okay.
It could be logistical. It could be a house. It can even be the way that you travel to work. It's patterns. So if you're doing the same pattern and the pattern is not giving the result that you want, you got to stop doing the same pattern because that's called insanity.
That's Albert Einstein.
It's insanity. You keep doing the same thing, hoping and wishing for a different result. It's insanity. You're not going to get that result.
I like that. No, definitely good points. A lot of value there. I think things need to be applied more consistently. Because one of the things that you asked me, you said, hey, are you releasing content? I know you're shooting, but are you releasing content?
Yeah.
And to my admission, to admit it, 100% not as quickly as I should be.
Yeah.
But I will say, when I did release, I started getting some traction, started getting some volume, which felt nice, which was nice.
I got the illest studio in the whole city. I haven't been to too many other podcast studios. Obviously, there are some other ones. But I'm pretty sure you got one of the most fire studios here. But if you're not doing the work to let people know that it's here, or if you're not putting out content and then creating advertisement to promote this studio, if you wanted to get people to record here inside of the content that you're creating, then you're doing yourself a grave disservice.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Not the first, second, or third person to say
listen,
that.
I'm going to tell y'all this. I don't even necessarily call myself a podcaster. I'm a digital media entrepreneur.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur first. I'm a marketing strategist first. Right? I've been able to make $67K in a month podcasting. I've been able to make or close $90,000 worth of business through podcasting in a month. It's not because I got the most downloads. It's not because I got a fire YouTube channel. It's not because I got the most views. Because I don't. You don't need that shit to make money podcasting. You know what I'm saying? But everybody thinks you need brand deal sponsorships, a large audience, and Google AdSense money.
So what would you say some of the key components that you would need? Let's say someone's starting off. They're like, okay, you know what? I'm buying in what Brandon's saying. I agree. I got the energy. How do they start off?
First thing you need to know is if you're really podcasting and you really want to do this, because this is a decision first. It ain't easy.
That's right.
Shooting the content is one thing.
Right.
You gotta make sure the equipment, because there's no end all be all with the equipment. Everyone got different equipment, right? So, you need to make sure that whether you're doing virtual podcasts or in-person podcasts, is you got equipment that's gonna enable you to capture the content. Let's say you got that out the way. Then it's the guesting. So if you are someone that wants to have a show that is guest oriented, you need to have a method in which to get guests on.
Okay.
Let's say you got that under control. Now you got to realize, all right, cool. You either need to have a product yourself, or you need to, and I think even with a product, you should do this also. You need to get access to affiliate marketing.
Specify on the product before we go to the affiliates.
So a product should be a product or service that either you provide, and you're using their podcast as a way to market and promote said product. Okay. Right. You can put commercials in there. You can put live reads in there. Right. And if you got a podcast, it's like double the amount every single time because the podcast is on the audio side and it's on the
video side. Okay.
Right. And if you're going to do segments or if you're going to do clips, that just gives you other opportunities as well.
Okay.
Or you could do live reads. Same thing, but you're going to, just speaking about the product live.
Okay.
Right. But if you want to move faster, because some people may be, they may be a little bit anxious about creating a product or don't know how to package it or don't think that they have the value. Okay, let's put that to the side. then go use somebody else's product that's already did the work. You don't have to sell nothing, and you don't have to fulfill anything.
Okay.
That's called affiliate marketing.
So, is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
If in not just any affiliate marketing, I call it romantic, dramatic, sexy affiliate marketing. Like, you want affiliates that give you nice payouts.
Okay.
You know, because you could get 10% of a product that's paying out, let's say, $50, and you making $5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're making $5, but it's a low count. You got to move a lot of units.
Right?
But I like products that are paying you like 100, 150, 500, 1,000, 250, $50 a month, $70 a month. Those are what I want to go after.
Okay.
You know, because that means I don't have to sell nothing. I don't have to fulfill nothing. And if I move 2-3 units, I already made $300, $400, $500 or $1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one of my affiliates last month, just one of them paid me out $1,000.
Really?
Yeah. From like 5 people.
And what did you do specifically to obtain that, like, for that particular person?
Made a commercial and put it in my podcast, put the link in the description.
And then from that?
That's it.
Okay.
They click the link, they sign up, I get paid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, a lot of people, and I'm not saying you're dealing with some of those people, be like, yeah, but how can I trust that they're actually going to pay me?
Because you register for affiliate, you get the code. It's an automatic
So
payout.
It's a specific code that they have to.
Yeah, it's either a keyword or it's a coded link.
Okay. Is that something that's hard to set up, or?
They're already set up.
Really?
You just register. You're not setting nothing up because it's not your product.
Okay.
You're not. I mean, you're only going to set up an affiliate if you have a product and
you want people to do it.
Yeah, which is another fire thing that podcasts can do. Literally, I'm doing it right now.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Listen, podcasters out there, anyone out there, listen. You can become an affiliate, one of my products, right? Via the pod agency. We're paying out, 5% off of products out of 8,800, 13,500, 17,500, 26,000. That means on the low end you get $440, $625, $1,325. And plus minus that range, for just referring. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You don't got to sell nothing. You got to refer nothing. Podcaster Profits Academy, same thing. That's we paying out like $800. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You want to align with romantic, sexy, dramatic affiliates. You know what I'm saying? That's the fastest way.
Okay.
Fastest way
of doing it.
Outside of that, product, and if you have some information, or even if you have a product or service, I would just create an info product around that.
Okay.
Because you do the work one time and then it just sells for you. Sleep money. Make an ebook. Make a masterclass. Make a mini course. Make a video book. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You do the work one time, it's done. Okay. Landing page, funnel. Leverage your podcast. It's gonna sell itself.
Okay.
You don't need a lot of views. You just need a couple of people. Then you could do a community, which is probably one of the most fire ways to generate revenue podcasting, because it's just like Wi-Fi, Netflix, Hulu, gym membership, Amazon Prime, right? They pay you monthly. We should get paid monthly. We should get paid every day. Why are people only settling to get paid twice a month?
Twice a month, yeah.
Fuck that. Get paid every day. So if you got 10 people in your community that pay you $99 a month, it's $1,000 a month. Now your podcast is making 12 bands. 10 people. Not 1,000 views, not 50,000 views, not 100,000 views.
Okay.
10 people.
So how, obviously, you invested in yourself to get this knowledge, and then you kind of kicking it back, which is amazing. But I do want to go back, because you said that you left the city because you're like, this is not enough. Explain to the people, ground running, explain that there was a grind, though, before everyone just feels like, oh, wow, he just left and magic happened. Give us a little bit of background on what you had to get into. Because I think people want to know the stories, man.
The stories. I mean, I had a clothing company for like over a decade. I was in real estate for about 8 years. My first entrepreneurship business is when I was 20. I'm 42 now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I just decided I was going to become unemployable, you know? And then from there, I was just willing to spend as much money as I need to spend, be around who I needed to be around, put myself in uncomfortable new environments to learn and be exposed to different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what you need. If you settle for something that you're comfortable with or used to,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to get something that's comfortable and something that you're used to.
True.
And that's not how I wanted my life to be, and that's not what I wanted for myself.
Do you think there's a certain age or point in time in one's life that they can just say, you know what, enough is enough. Let me just, jump in the ocean and let's see what happens.
No, I don't think it's an age. I think it's more like, what do you desire for your life? And I think sometimes it's family and friends that make you feel, I don't want to say guilty, but make you feel like you need to kind of stay back. Because some of family and friends, they may be projecting their fears and desires onto us.
Message!
Onto us, yeah.
And as a result, it's slowing up your movement, because you don't want to be in a situation where not even that you're letting them down, but it's like you still have that level of connection.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you go out on your own and you do something that's different from the crowd, it might add to that fear, but fear is really like your body's indicator that, you should be moving in that direction.
Okay.
So that's how I would look at it. Whenever I get I don't really get anxious, but whenever I feel, that little feeling inside, or when I feel fear or nervousness, I take that directly as an indicator that I 100% should be doing this thing.
Really?
Whatever it is.
Okay.
I don't take it in. I don't internalize it like I should not.
Okay.
I move in that direction.
And that's been working for you throughout basically this time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't change nothing.
Okay.
I mean, I would move I would have moved faster.
Really?
But I wouldn't change nothing, no.
Okay. So the move was good. Being around level-minded individuals, moving the same way.
Level-minded, bro. You like high level, high value thinking people.
Okay.
Like people that make a lot of money don't deliberate on decisions. They just make the decision. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if it don't work out, they learn and they just make another decision.
Another decision.
Yeah, they're not taking a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks on a decision.
That same process. I recently watched a movie called Air, about Nike and how they decided to select Michael Jordan, the whole thing, and the owner too made a decision. Just kind of just jumped in and was like, "Hey, this is what it's just a feeling." He didn't have a good feeling, but it was like, "Hey, let's go with it." One of the reasons they had a budget, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but they had a limited budget, and they were trying to get a couple of individuals in the game to be part of Nike. They decided to go with Michael. Michael really wasn't trying to hear, because at that point in time, Nike only had 17% a share in basketball. Funny enough, Michael Jordan was the first person to create this idea of, if my name's on it, I'm getting a percentage of it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It was unseen, unheard. No one's ever done anything like that. And I think the approach that you're taking, and I'm not going to lie, I'm like, all right, I got to get the best of the best, got to make my stuff look a certain way. Then I got to get these views. And then that's when I can start approaching like, hey, I want it. Like I have a Boston Power Hour product where we talk about sports. I got my co-host, he's like, I forget, almost like 60,000 views, and it's just moving. We're in like casinos doing this, doing that. It's working well. But when it comes down to just saying, hey, I want this dollar amount, that's when I get kind of pushback, and then I find myself getting frustrated. But again, hearing what you're saying, seeing that movie recently, I think it kind of just affirms that sometimes you got to continue to bet on yourself, which I obviously have, because I've been trying to get people going here, man.
Studio's fire, bro.
I got to continue to push how I was pushing it. But I got to continue to bet on myself, because I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm always confident, because I am my worst enemy at times, because I'm not seeing the results that I assumed.
Don't even say that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm my best friend all the time.
Really?
Why would you say you're your worst enemy at times? You're telling yourself that, so that means you believe that.
I think that's hard to kind of just erase.
It's easy to erase.
Everyone's personality is different, B.
It's not a personality, it's a perspective.
Really? You don't think?
Your personality is not negative. It's your exposure. You didn't come out, you wasn't born with a
negative person, yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're influenced by music, TV, people we're around, parents, friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What we read. That's what shapes the way that we think.
This is true.
So if you change all of that, you're going to think something different.
That's why we got to be around higher thinking individuals like
change
yourself.
All the negative fuck shit words.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to do this. I'm a fucking multimillionaire. I'm going to make $1 billion. I want the best. I am the best. I desire the best. When I leave here, I'm going to be at my best. And every day is great. And even when it's not great, it's easy.
It's easy.
It's great when it's not great.
Yeah.
Right?
I dig it.
How do days work?
What do you mean?
The sun comes up and the sun goes down.
Okay.
So it's light and then it's dark.
Correct.
Right? Does that mean it was only good when it was light out and it's bad when it's dark out?
No.
Or was it always a great day?
It was a great day.
There you go.
Okay.
Right? So what happens when it rains?
Same
Aside from when it snows in Boston. Terrible.
See? And this is why he really moves.
You know what I'm saying? It's terrible.
Come on, manifest a truck, B.
But if you really look at it, like, we got these 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in New England
yep.
or in certain parts of the country or the world, right? The day is not bad because it's snowing, sunny, sleeting, raining.
It's the inconvenience of it.
Yeah, that doesn't make the day bad. It's what comes with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the destination is always a journey because it's always going to be sunlight, dark, sunrise, sunset, hot, cold.
So it's still like the
rain.
It's like the homeless guy. Cars are coming in.
Yo, they know something we don't, bro. They ain't. Listen, homeless people that are out there still getting it, because some of them aren't, but some of them are out there still getting it, that realize, hey, listen, I don't know how I'm going to get this piece of cardboard, or this marker, but I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I might steal it from Walgreens. I might find an old, shoebox. I might have my last couple of dollars. I'm going to go get a sign. I'm going to go get a Sharpie.
I'm going to write these notes.
Yeah. I'm going to go to a corner that's busy. And I'm going to stand out with my cup from Starbucks or Dunkin' or whatever. And I'm going to work this block for some couple of hours, despite the weather. And in some cases, if it's extremely hot, extremely cold, or raining, people feel more partial to want to give. In those situations, they see somebody out there suffering or going through what they know is like an unbearable weather experience.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool, let me get something. And then some of them are being more savvy. Okay, cool. You know what? Yeah, I got Venmo. I got Cash App.
Wait a minute. You're telling me right now that you've seen that happen?
They need to make it happen. When's the last time you have? I don't know about you, bro. I don't have cash.
I don't cash.
Exactly.
I said that to this guy.
So if a homeless person have Venmo or Cash App, I'm going to send them the Venmo or the Cash App. I don't got cash. I can't help them.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, so I can't buy them nothing.
Right.
So, yeah, make it convenient. That's another thing that entrepreneurs make it extremely hard to get money. Because
dive in a little more for me. Explain.
All right,
that.
so look, I'll give you an example. I was going to get my car washed 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I got a referral. Hit this dude up. I'm like, yo, car wash today. He's like, yeah, word, cool. I'm like, all right, come through. He's like, yeah, you can only pay me through Zelle. I'm like, I don't use Zelle because I used Zelle several years ago. I lost $1,300. I'm not using Zelle again.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't use none of that.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, so let me get this straight. You only got one method of payment. And because a customer doesn't use that method that wants to pay you today, you're not going to create another method in which you can receive the money.
That's a dope example.
So you're just not going to do the deal. You're just not going to clean the car.
I like that.
That doesn't make any sense, bro.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get money, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to create opportunities for money to flow towards you. You don't want to block money from coming towards you. That doesn't make any sense.
That right there is
you need
that's a gem.
Accept all methods of payment. You know what I'm saying? You need to get PayPal credit, regular PayPal. You need to get a Stripe link. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gumroad link, like Cash App, Venmo. Even though I'm not a fan of Cash App and Venmo for business, but if that's all you got, at least you're getting the money.
Okay.
Get the money, fam.
What would you suggest for business? Because I use I have Stripe and I also have Cash App.
Yeah, Stripe is cool.
Yeah.
You don't want to use Cash App because you want all your money to go through your processor, right? Okay. If you want to get a business loan, or if you want to get a loan through Stripe, or even if you want your bookkeeper to kind of just like, keep track of all the revenues coming in your business. Like, when's the last time you went to a legit business and they was like, yeah, pay me through Cash App? You can't buy no Celtics tickets through Cash App, man.
Fair. You know Okay. A lot of good gems, man. So would you say, because it's been a while since I left the course, do you provide those same teachings in your courses?
Yeah, 100%. 100% I do. Right now, though, I'm focusing really on my agency.
Okay.
I still help podcasters monetize through some of the methods that I share. And also have a community that they can tap into. But I'm really focused on my pod agency right now. Because the pod agency, it provides platforms and audiences for entrepreneurs, let's say like yourself.
Okay.
To get in front of consistent new audiences. Okay. So they can learn about their product or service, their story, the owner, and then how they can help and make an impact. And then they can do more deals on the back end.
So something like that. Say I'm going to be a client and I want to know price points. What are we talking about? Something like that.
Our packages start at $8,800.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with the 88, what does that bring?
It gives you access to 14 audiences via 14 virtual podcasts.
Wow.
And then what we do is, as you become a client, we also coach you on speaking presentation, because some people need a little bit of that. So if you need some of that, we're going to give you some of that coaching. We give you access to the premium podcast, which is a podcast like we're on right now, something in person.
Okay.
If those individual shows have, their own price points, then we will negotiate those prices for you, the client.
Okay.
Right. So let's say a podcast might cost $5,000. We may already have a relationship, or we're creating a relationship. Might be to get that for like $4,000.
Okay.
Or $3,500.
Okay.
Now the client's saving money. He's going on the show. And then we make sure they got a capture funnel. So on the back end, once they go on these podcasts, they can capture the customer data. So you can turn the podcast into a
lead. So it's not just a one and done. You're actually getting some data. Okay.
We want you turning podcast into lead generation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if something like that, you're saying 8 bands. When I try to, but when I'm selling my product, if someone's coming for, looking for like a wedding videographer, I say it's an investment. Do you offer like maybe like a breakdown in payment? Do you all want it all in one?
No, yeah, we do payment plans. Yeah, so our packages
Client firm
30 at 8,800, start at 8,800. So you could do a 4-pay, 2,200, for 4 months.
Okay, that's cool.
So we got options to work really good with our clients' budgets.
Okay.
So yeah, man, our whole thing, it's an issue that I've experienced, which is why we created this. It's really just get in front of more of your ideal client more consistently.
Okay.
Start stacking those opportunities so you can build your digital footprint, your brand awareness, become more searchable and become more findable.
Wow. Nah, super dope. So the agency, that's already sound like it's taking off, because like I mentioned, we spoke to a client, potential client for you. What would be next? What do you see as the next thing coming from that? Because you're not one to just stop.
Yeah, I'm just growing it. My whole thing is automated, so it's semi-automated right now. So, I exist in, it's really like 3 phases. So my whole thing right now is to continue to hire, train, and coach my team.
Okay.
So then I don't have to do anything but market this.
Okay.
And then eventually I won't even have to be marketing it. Like I'll just build a marketing.
Because it's just automatic now.
Yeah, but right now, like when it comes to people, learning about the product, the product being advertised, my closing team, sharing it, going over the material, the product market fit situation, and then my fulfillment team. That's kind of where we are right now.
Okay.
So, within the next 4 months, my goal is to completely get out of that.
Really?
And then just, turn on the traffic heavy.
Okay.
Just send, because, we trying to do $1 million a month.
That's amazing. How many people on your team would you say?
So right now we got 2 employees and 3 virtual assistants.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that. That's extremely impressive because you've taken what a lot of people are doing and you're actually just continue to level up, and you're conducting it as a real business, because it is a real business.
No, you gotta listen. You I heard this the other day too. Most entrepreneurs aren't really entrepreneurs. They're like solopreneur employees. You know what I'm saying? So and I was that.
I'm that now.
Yeah. So it's like, to be an entrepreneur, you want to put people in position, and you want to be able to employ these people or pay these people.
Right.
And then you want to elevate to like an operating management type of president, or CEO type of a
situation where that's what you get.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You want to operate. And then you'll be able to build businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, businesses shouldn't be built to trap you as an employee. You might as well just get a job. So if you create your own business, you shouldn't trap yourself in it. I was trapped in my clothing company, but it's because I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
Now, when you say, as an example of that, you said you were trapped. Did you, because I was doing my own clothing as well. I was the person that, designed. I was the person that actually was putting them on, getting the material, putting it on the clothing and such, and doing the whole process from beginning to end. Were you doing the same thing, or were you outsourcing?
We were doing the same thing because it was me and my business partner, but I just did most of the marketing stuff in the day-to-day.
Okay.
But when you do most of the work, you get paid the least.
Right.
Elon Musk ain't making no Teslas, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't in the factory. You know what I'm saying? He's putting people in position. And that's what you should do. So a great book for that is a book called Traction on Gino Wickman. He got another book called EOS.
Okay. What's
the
that?
Entrepreneurial Operating System.
Okay.
Yeah, those are really good books. I would grab both of those, read both of those.
Okay. Good, easy reads?
Yeah, they're easy. You could do the audiobooks too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's what you want to do. You want to elevate yourself to a position and put people in position and identify the things that you procrastinate on. And then
editing.
And then have that be something that somebody else actually likes to do.
Yeah.
Because if somebody likes editing, let them edit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
And
then you did mention the virtual component, which is something that I dabbled in just to kind of see, if it can work in my workflow. Identifying, I think, key people is crucial because they can make or break your business as well. Any suggestions to how to identify someone that is that has that energy or has that stuff that you're like, what, I can depend on this person?
Yeah, I mean, depending on your budget, I would say, go to sites like Fiverr, go to sites like Upwork, onlinejobs.ph, and then find, people that have good reviews. I would like to go, sometimes you don't want to go to places that got a lot of reviews because it might be busy. But in this case, I would go to one of these taskers that have a lot of reviews because it means if they got a lot of reviews, they've been putting in the work.
They've been putting in work, yeah.
So I would start there.
Okay.
And then people on Fiverr, Upwork, Online Jobs PH, your money can go a lot further. You might get an employee for the month for $500.
Really?
Give or take.
Yeah.
$700. Give or take. That's good money, man. That's $125 plus minus, $150, a week. For somebody's going to give you, 40 hours, 40 hours.
That focuses on your thing.
Yeah, just going to focus on
that gives you a specific time to go do other things
then
as well.
You can do other stuff. Why would I want to spend 40 hours doing editing
when
I can spend 40 hours closing deals?
No, I agree with that.
Why would I want to spend 40 hours closing deals when I can spend 40 hours building relationships?
That's my current weakness right now. And that's why, like I said, I actually been doing this. I've been going on other people's podcasts and just seeing what their workflow is. And one thing I have noticed is that here I'm currently, and I have some people that quote unquote I call staff, but it's not consistent staff.
Yeah.
So I do need to actually, before I say my statement, I guess let me ask you, for a successful podcast, what do you think the frequency needs to be at minimum?
Well, for it to come out?
Correct.
I think twice a week now. I mean,
Really?
I think once a week you need 100% come out.
Yeah.
But I think twice a week, things move so fast. So if you have enough content, you can come out twice a week. That would probably be good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But If you're just getting your bearings at least once a week.
Yeah.
That's 52 videos. But 52 videos in a year don't sound like a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a small amount.
Mm-hmm.
So 104 videos sounds better in a year.
A year.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I would say like twice. Unless that podcaster or, whomever might be creating other content on the side.
Okay.
And then, that could count. Because, I got my podcast once a week. Then I got these YouTube videos that I produce or whatever once a week. Boom. I got 2 videos a week.
Is YouTube still the best platform for people to be putting their videos out?
Yeah, 100% long form. I mean, they got a monopoly. Whatever platform you put long form videos on.
Okay.
Everybody's intentions on YouTube. Plus, they just invested all this money in podcasting, and video podcasting is relatively new. I would definitely be on YouTube.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit about that? Because I've read that, and I also know that they're saying that the algorithm that they've been working on is going to take people that are doing long form like this and going to start porting them to to the shorts.
Yeah.
And then so they've invested some time, but now them creating this video podcasting piece, can you explain to us, like myself, exactly what that is, or how do you see it making the product or a product like this much more stronger?
I feel like YouTube can really corner the market if they connect the RSS feed to their uploads.
Okay.
Because if they can connect the RSS feed to the uploads, which I'm pretty sure that's coming. You don't need Buzzsprout. You don't need Podbeam. You don't need Simplecast.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need these podcast hosts anymore because people are going to put the videos on YouTube anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put the video and the audio on YouTube, and then they can blast it out to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music.
And not have to worry. So basically, they're getting rid of the other guys.
They could get rid of the other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That would be powerful. But I feel like, for those that don't know, YouTube recently invested some money in building out the podcast platform. So if we go on YouTube right now, they got regular YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They got shorts.
Right.
Now they got the podcast.
Really?
Right?
It's active.
It's its own little, I'm like, if you're watching this right now and your podcast is on YouTube, but it's not in the podcast playlist, you need to move that immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
So now, are you saying that there's 3 little worlds that in YouTube that your content can live in?
Yeah. Regular YouTube, shorts, and then
Podcast. Yeah. Wow. Are the payouts the same, or you don't know yet?
Yeah, I'm not sure on the payout side, but it's just it's an easy move because it's just a playlist.
Yeah.
You just move everything from maybe you might have all your podcasts in a non-designated playlist, but you're just moving it into YouTube designated podcast playlist.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's really what it is. So now when people search podcasts, they'll be able to search your podcast.
Your podcast specifically
on that area, yeah.
Okay.
In that category.
Okay. And a lot of people are saying that if you're conducting business, you should have some form of podcast. It's like another way of marketing.
You should have some media.
Yeah.
You're controlling your messaging.
Okay.
I would say so. Or start guesting in which you can hit up the pod and he will take care of you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're not getting your word out, you're your own best kept secret. If nobody knows about you but you and a couple of people, then you can't expect to do business.
Yeah.
You can't complain.
Yeah.
If you keep posting on Instagram doing the same exact thing, you cannot complain because you're going to get the same followers not seeing your stuff because Instagram's not letting you send the stuff out unless you're paying.
What do you think? Thank you for the segue. I was going to ask you, how do you feel about that, the advertisement or the boost that Instagram is offering? Do you think it'd be best to just focus more so on YouTube or Instagram or mix? Really?
You got to be everywhere.
Okay.
Can't just be one place.
Okay.
I mean, you can master one place first, sure. But then, you want to be other places.
Yeah.
Like, if there's people on YouTube and you're not, guess what? You're missing out.
You're missing out. Okay.
And
sometimes our buddy Dave was saying that just because you have people on Facebook, they're not necessarily going to go to YouTube or Instagram and vice versa. It's just 100%. A different group of people.
Yeah.
Okay. So even the real Instagram Reels people don't necessarily mean they're going to shorts, right?
They might that does not mean they even go on YouTube.
Okay.
Who's to say they go on YouTube?
Yeah.
I like YouTube personally.
Me too.
But everybody might not like YouTube, or they might not go on YouTube. As it's different. It's different audience, different people.
Okay. Do you think there's value too in, like for example, how Facebook has its own video component? Do you think there's value in dealing with that as well? I know you said everywhere.
No, everywhere. I mean, you know, ultimately, I feel like you don't want to spread yourself too thin. I feel like you should just be on one platform, 2 platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get that down, then you could expand a little bit.
Expand.
Yeah,
Okay.
Then get into ads, you know, start podcast guesting, you know, start speaking,
Mm-hmm.
you know, start doing some virtual events. You know what I'm saying? Like, get whatever your thing is down and then just layer it on top. I just call it like marketing lasagna. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Multiple layers.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so you're here today. Today's what? What date are we at? June.
I think it's 6. Yeah.
6. I know you got some stuff going on tonight in Boston. This will be out too late. But what do you have going on forecasting in the future? Maybe you want to tell the people.
Yeah, man. You know, so like really quick, if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, someone that's just looking to get in front of more people, I would have you text the word audience. Actually, that's probably too long. People can't spell audience.
We'll put it on there
I'll
for
have
you.
you
Follow the tag under his name. I promise you.
Text the word agency.
Okay.
Text agency 213-410-4920. Agency to 213. No. Agency to 213-410-4920. Right? Once you get there, I'll give you a free blueprint of how you can get in front of more people, right? And then if it makes sense and you want to speak to someone on our team, we will help you, you know, potentially become a client, get in front of more people through podcast guesting. But yeah, so my whole thing right now is just, I like to touch the people, speak like, yeah, tonight, you know, we're going to be touching some people back in the city, talking about entrepreneurship, podcast, digital marketing, mindset. I'm excited for that. Can't wait to do that.
Dope.
So I think, you know, I'm going to hire somebody on my team to just book me to speak more.
Yeah.
Like that's their job.
Yeah.
And I'll just fly to these cities and we'll just get it in, make content, shoot some podcasts, make some bread, repeat, you know.
I see that you definitely have this energy. You enjoy it. Your energy is pretty even keel. It doesn't actually dip or anything like that. Do you think that you'll ever find yourself saying, all right, I can't just do this, getting bored of this?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I never say never, bro.
Right.
But I do like traveling. I do like speaking. I do like growing. I do like creating. You know, I do want to produce a show.
Yep.
You know, so I feel like I'll just continue
What
to
type
grow,
of show?
grow in this. It'll be a show based around what I do. Travel in different cities.
Okay.
You know, the behind the scenes of what that looks like. You know, before we get to, let's say, a pod, during the pod, after the pod. And then, you know, your boy out here looking for a queen. So, you know,
Okay.
maybe I'll like get
Never
a
know.
date.
There you go.
Get a date in every city and then figure out, you know, who she is, where she at.
You know, it's hilarious. So there's a podcast, comedian Jaylene, and I can't remember her name, and I'll send it to you in your DM. It's called It's a Date.
Okay.
So this was, I'd say, 5 years ago. I had a podcast called GMS Podcast Grown Man Shit, and I was like, I want to create this speed dating kind of like show. Again, I put it out there, never followed up. This lady has marketed and smashing it. Yeah. Now she's going city to city to city. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think y'all should link up, and I think it'll be pretty dope for you to be on there, man.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, I am going to do that. It's called It's a Date. Really dope, really dope. It started out of Boston, and now she's moving. She's really moving. I think that's pretty dope. Man, as always, I want to thank you for coming through and pulling up. These are definitely gems. You will definitely be seeing much more content coming from here because, again, like last time, you made me see it. Life made me stumble a little bit, but no more of that because you're living proof. Like, I can't tell. You know how sometimes you see something, you're like, man, I wonder what they really did. Maybe they did some dirt to get quick to get by or something like that. But I actually see and I watch you put in work in your traveling. And, like, you travel light, but you come in. And what's really dope about what you do is you maximize your time. Which is really dope.
I'm always looking to maximize it.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm like, I'm going to go here. All right, can I shoot a podcast?
Yeah.
Can I get on a podcast?
And when did you decide that you needed to become kind of your own videographer? Ladies and gentlemen, this guy, I'm telling you, he has his own setup. Like, I'm looking at his stuff. I'm like, I might need to hire you for it sometime.
This is a light joint right here.
You know what I mean?
So basically, I got asked to speak in Atlanta, one of my boys' events.
Okay.
And one of the trade-offs or the agreement was I was going to get content from the event. So I brought my stuff, and I got some content, but like it was kind of dark in there. I didn't have any lights with me, so it wasn't. I couldn't capture my best.
Okay.
But that to me was just gonna be the added bonus. So the next day, I get the content back, and I'm not even in the videos.
Oh.
Like, I'm barely in the videos.
Whoa, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got other people in there. I'm barely in the videos. So I'm like, bro, never again.
Yeah.
Right? So basically what I figured out was a slim setup. So I got a monopod tripod over here.
I see it.
And I'm just using my phone because I'm specifically framing these up for reels.
Okay.
I got a Bluetooth mic on the phone.
Yep.
And I'm wearing one underneath, this firefight, hoodie right here. And what's going to happen is I'm recording my whole segment of our current podcast. So Cliff's going to deliver the deliverables when they're available.
Yep.
But as soon as we're done, I'm going to take my clip and send it to my team and have them go.
So you're done, you send.
Boom. Clips is out. They're going to give me probably like 40 off of this.
When will they see this? Or when will people see this,
They can
think?
see this probably in a couple of days. I got so much content. I got mad content.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
got mad
crazy.
content. So, yeah, they'll probably see this in a couple of days.
Wow. The
workflow.
workflow.
Yeah, man, so like, my whole thing is don't make no excuses. It can get done. And if you really want it, it'll make it happen. And I still got my own little battles internally. So I'm not here saying like, yo, I just got the whole thing streamlined and I'm perfect. Nah, like my former self battles with my current self, but I just told my former self to shut the fuck up.
Get out the way?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, and this is the thing too. Sometimes the previous version of you has been around a long time. Okay. So let's say you want to change, you're 31. You got 31 years of how you've been thinking and how you've been operating.
Yeah.
So now you want to move towards this new higher level version of you. You want to become more. But that might only be a couple of months.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be like a year. So you got the previous you that's 30 years old, big brolic, like set in their ways. And you got the new you that's puny.
Yeah.
But sees the light, sees the direction, wants to become more, but it's weak.
You got to keep working at it.
You got to keep working at it, and you got to keep pouring into a new version of you and start steering away from the old version of you. And once the new version of you gets a little stronger, it can start silencing the old version of you, and ultimately it will replace who you were.
Okay.
Because becoming is a daily thing. You're not going to arrive. You become. Yeah.
Like that. Who do you steal that from, man?
That's from Myron Golden. Yeah. It's from Myron Golden. I would credit him to that.
Dope.
But yeah, man, like you need discipline, good people around you. You need to invest in yourself. You need to stop. Like, listen, bro. Sometimes you go to the store and you can get 2 muffins.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a cheap muffin. Sometimes it's a more expensive muffin. Maybe you need to go. Spend $10 on a muffin.
Yeah.
It sounds funny. It sounds facetious.
Nah,
it sounds like, why would I spend $10 on a muffin? But sometimes spending $10 on a muffin will change you.
Yeah.
Because you won't see that $10 muffin as expensive.
Right.
And once you start seeing a $10 muffin as, this is cheap, or I can see the value, then you'll start looking at money differently. You'll start looking at how you invest differently, and you start looking at how you move and shake differently.
Nah, that's an awesome point.
You can't want a Rolex and then want to stay in a $50 a night hotel.
Yeah.
It ain't going to work.
It ain't going to work.
You got to align. Everything has to be in an alignment.
Nah, that's an amazing point because my cousin was out here from L.A., engineer, my cousin Joey, and when we were leaving, we went to, last night we had dinner at Ocean Prime, and my daughter came. My son didn't want to come, so it was just me, my wife, and my daughter, and we went there, and my daughter now just knows the menu, and I'm like, this little girl got some expensive taste, you know what I mean? She's like, today we're going to get the tomahawk steak. I'm like, little girl, it's $1 something, but the shout outs to the waiter. He was like, yeah, we could split that up. I'm like, all right, because I didn't want to eat that. So he brings it out, chops it up. She has hers, but then she also had a ribeye. So the tomahawk was for the group. So 3 people, 4 people had a slice, and but she had hers, and she was like, I think I need this from now on. I'm like, wait a minute. We went from the 16-ounce little ribeye for $70. Now you want to go to here? So her palate, like you're saying, it's that muffin. Yeah. It's that muffin.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Not
so
at all.
She got to do is just, when she gets older or whatever the case may be, she bring in the revenue, just generate the revenue to pay for that.
Oh, yeah.
Taste.
Oh, yeah.
It's just money, and the money's make-believe anyway.
This is a fact.
Money ain't even real.
This is a fact. We just got to get around it.
You just let it flow towards you more, and more in abundance.
This is true. Man, as always, this has been super dope, super dope. I've learned a lot, again, not only just off the words, but even just the workflow that I'm going to, put in, because I already have your setup. Mine is to stand, and I gotta get.
Yeah, we got similar setups. Yours just definitely more advanced.
Yeah, but I gotta get the camera though. I gotta get the phone. I keep calling it a camera. You know what? These phones are cameras.
They're
now,
cameras. They're
it's
cameras
insane.
that you could talk on.
Yeah, this is true. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Clifford Bonet, aka CliffNotes P, and I got the man. You want to give them let's give them your IG, all that good stuff where they can find you. Talk about the agency one more time. Let's make sure we get a nice clean show.
My name is Brendan Boyd, digital media entrepreneur on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. It's @it's Brendan Boyd. At ITSBRENDAN BOYD. And if you are a business owner, right, entrepreneur, product-based or service-based provider, and you're looking to get in front of more of your ideal audience, what you want to do is text agency to 213-410-4920. I'm going to give you a free blueprint, and then you can get on a call with either me or someone from our team to take care of you, see if you're a good fit for us to help you get in front of more people. And we're looking forward to rocking with you. And thanks a lot for checking out this podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, all the stuff that you guys are going to do. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Beautiful. And at that point, we out of here. And again, as always, these are my notes.
Hey, what's going on? This is Brendan Boyd, digital media entrepreneur. I'm fresh off a plane from LA. I'm in the CliffNotes Project Studio. We going crazy, and these are my notes.